Hey everybody, in today's video we're going to be taking a brutally honest review about Writer's Duet and give it the Screenwriting Mentor review, which is my way of scoring how good I think the software really is. In that final score, we're going to look at the following perspectives. We're going to look at cost, their features, ease of use, resources, and communication, basically their customer service and how well that works. So stick around to the end of the video to see how well Writer's Duet stands up. So today is one of the first times I've been using Writer's Duet before. And I've heard a lot of nice things about it in the past, just several years back. One of the main features it had that was sort of the big innovation within the industry was the collaboration feature. And so you'll notice that recently a lot of software, including Final Draft, have sort of jumped onto that bandwagon where so people can come together and collaborate on a script. And so this is, like I said, so I would say this is the granddaddy of collaboration when it comes to scripts. So let's take a look today and see how it stacks up. Get to the pricing tiers here. So here we go. You can start with free. In your top features, you get 3 projects to do: an industry standard template, rewind through editing history, Google Drive, Dropbox backups. And we'll talk about features more as we get a little bit. The next price is $9.99. You get unlimited projects, real-time collaboration, which again is sort of the real big feature for Writer's Duet. You also have offline writing and a desktop app. Pro, you get customizable options, dialogue and character filters, document statistics and revision management. And finally, with Premiere, the thing that you basically get everything in the kitchen sink, you get script narration with distinct voices, simultaneous screen format and tools, script translation to dozens of languages. So as we look at these, I'm not really excited about all these different prices, but the nice thing, these are what you pay per month. I like what they're yearly, so if you pay one fee for the year, you'll see that the prices are a lot more reasonable. $7.49 for the Plus, Pro $8.99, and Premium $10.49, and that's about the same price as the Plus version, and you get the whole bells and whistles. So if you're thinking of doing this, make sure that you go with the yearly subscription prices, because I think that'll do you better. Also, if you're a student, this is one thing to always take advantage of, especially if you're a student. 50% off any subscription. So there's something to think about. Okay, so let's take a look at the next section after we got done looking at pricing. Our next section is features, and so we can take a look at the general features. So we take a look at the plan details, and we can explore what each of them gets. You can see what the general features are. For each of them, get unlimited projects. Unless you have the free version, then you only get 3, which is still pretty good, because I know a lot of screenwriting software like Studio Binder only gives you 1, so 3 is pretty good. Everybody gets easy formatting, industry standard, and it is really easy. I was really impressed by that. Auto cloud saving, auto external backups, desktop app is not included in the free version, it is included in everything else. And of course, you get infinite history of what you wrote. So again, with sharing and collaboration, which is really, truth be told, the really selling point of Writer's Duet. This is probably the most important thing. If you're thinking of getting Writer's Duet, you're doing it because you want to share and collaborate with somebody else. And so your best price point for that, to get all the features out of that, is the Pro version. As you can see, that even the Plus version doesn't have text and video chat. You will get watermarks on your thing. You will not get PDF security, and you will not get read-only lines. How important are those things? That's debatable. But if you want all the bells and whistles with sharing and collaboration, it's probably best to upgrade to the green, which again is the Pro version. You'll notice with just the free version, you will be able to do read only with others. They can only read your script. They will not be able to edit it, and they will not be able to share it. If you look at the writing features, these are always interesting to see what is important for folks. You have goal setting, tagger, cards, sequencing, outlining. It's really nice to have that in the free edition, so I really appreciate that. You can dictate, you have a mind map, you have pins, you have a line alternate, you can rename a character, templates for sitcom, podcasts, etc., and typewriter mode. I'm not exactly sure what typewriter mode is. I'll have to look into that for you and maybe make a follow-up short about what typewriter mode is. Reviewing and editing, you basically can't do it unless you get a pro. You can't get that unless you get a pro tier subscription. So, so if you're looking for, if reviewing and editing is important for you, and you can look at through the tick of all the different features that you have with that, you're probably going to want to do at least the pro level version. And then customization. If you want any customization at all, again, pro level, custom color themes, custom margins and line type, custom title page. But the real one to get the premier one is to read out loud a narration or auto translate or multi-column tools and customizations. So I think for the most part, unless you're really into these last couple features, you could probably get away with mostly just a pro subscription, which is a little cheaper too. Now our next category is ease of use. Now to make this uniform, I'm going to be typing about the same 3 to 5 pages of my latest script, which contains almost all areas of screenwriting. I have parentheticals in there, dual dialogue, characters, dialogue, scene headings, so it runs the whole gamut of stuff. Now Writer Duet was pretty easy to use. Now it works in many of the same ways as other screenwriting software I've used in the past. I really love the interface. There's a lot of graphical stuff. One of the things I really enjoyed is that it shares that graphical interface that Studio Binder does. And so I think that's really intuitive, because if you can say, okay, this is what the scene looks like, the scene icon to create a new scene is, or this is what dialogue looks like, so I know to write a new dialogue. It's got a lot of wonderful stuff up top. So really easy to use. My only complaint was they don't have spell check defaulted, and I'll show you right after this clip how to go through and make sure that the spell check is selected on, because why don't you just make that at the default? But who knows? I end up coming to menu, going down to tools, selecting, checking spelling and grammar. It's odd that it's not defaulted to that, but okay. Well, the good news is I found it. So let's try to do a couple other things here. I'm going to put in my next character, and this time I'm going to put a parenthetical in, or at least try to. Dual dialogue. Cool. Dual dialogue is easy. It's just a click of a button. So yeah, no, it seems like everything's pretty easy. Everything's sort of lined up here. It's got an easy bar up here. You can easily tab between scene, action, character, dialogue, transitions, or those are the ones that you typically tab in between. But you can select tab, transition, shot, text, make a note, outline, new act, end act. Well, these are for TV scripts, not for movie scripts. Lyrics, dialogue that's sung or recited, mostly in musicals. That's pretty cool. I like that type of thing. You can put an image in there, sequence, create a story beat that contains scenes, and of course, dual dialogue. So it looks pretty easy to use. The only hiccup was just turning on the spell check, which I showed you how to do. It's really not that hard. So yeah, ease of use, pretty easy. This leads us to our next category, resources. In 2 words, it's pretty pedestrian. They have a blog on their website, which has some good articles on writing and screenwriting, though the featured article is from August. I would hopefully, since I'm recording this in December, I was hoping that would be something at least in November. But they have a bunch of other articles that you can read as well too, so it's just not one article. And they have many different things you can read here. Not a ton, not as much as Studio Binder, but at least there are some resources that you can read. And speaking of Studio Binder and their wonderful YouTube channel, what does Writer Duet have? They at least have a YouTube channel. Hint, fade in, you really need to get a YouTube channel. That's one thing you'll notice about the number of videos, though, is there's not as many. We're close to the amount that are on Studio Binders. And most of them just tend to talk about each of the different functions of what Writer Duet does. One of the things I liked about Studio Binder was that it gave you different things on writing and stuff like that. And here's a nice one, writing for a series character with screenwriter Andy Bro. So it's pretty pedestrian. It's not bad. There's stuff there. It just isn't as helpful as I think it should be. Finally, communication. This time I changed my question. Now, traditionally I've been asking about parentheticals, but today I was actually really wondering how they handle dual dialogue. So my question was centered on dual dialogue. And so let me give you the response that I got from them. So the email says, "Hi Paul, thank you for reaching out. I've added instructions on dual dialogue below. You can find out more from this article on our knowledge base, which can be found at this particular link. So you can click that and get to the link. I like it that it has instructions right here. And to be honest, dual dialogue was really pretty easy. And besides that, it also has a gift as well. Well done, ladies and gents." So here we go. As we finish up our review of Writer's Duet, I rate on a 5-reel system. 5 reels being the best, and 1 reel being the not a good system, or not good in that particular category. Now for the price, I give 3 reels for Writer's Duet. I don't like subscription models. That's my bias. So saying that though, I think the subscription prices seem fairly pretty decent. Especially if you order on an annual basis, they seem pretty good. Now I think the monthly basis ones, if you just pay per month, are a little on the high side, but again, that's their incentive for you buying the annual pricing point. Features. I'd give Writer's Duet 4 reels. They have all the ones that you expect, and because they're they were at least the leader in terms of collaboration, they have a lot of wonderful collaboration features working with other writers. So especially if that's your jam right now, if you have a second writer that you work with all the time, this is the software that's you're gonna really enjoy. It's got a lot of stuff that I think works well, and especially for collaboration. Ease of use. 4 reels. Now granted, I've used a lot of screenwriting software in the past. I mean, a lot. But this was pretty easy for the most part. You can simply tab your way through the elements, and if you need a particular element that doesn't tab right away, you just select it with your mouse. Why can't more screenwriter software programs get that figured out? Graphical interface works just so well, I think. Probably helps that I use a Mac too. So now dual dialogue was a snap. And to be honest, it's one of the easiest ways to create it I've seen. A lot better than my last one with Scrivener, which was a lot harder to see. You know, Writer's Duet, really easy to use, really easy to have that type of format. Now the only reason I didn't give them a 5-reel review was because they didn't default the spell checking. That seems inexcusable to me. Why would you not default spell checking? Do you think, I'm impressed that you think I can spell really well, but I'm a writer. I don't always spell stuff right. Resources. 3 reels. Now on their website, they have a blog section where they talk about topics about screenwriting and writing. They have a good section on their website for questions that you can also send off your questions to get answered. Writer's Duet does have their own YouTube channel, which, hey, fade in, you need to really do. I don't know why you don't, but you need to do that. So I'm impressed that Writer's Duet has that, but they really don't support it very much. They have less videos on their channel than I do, and they tend to focus on the features of the program, which are fine. However, I do think they've sort of missed the mark on that. And the reason I think they missed the mark is this is a golden opportunity to bring more screenwriters into, especially use your program, if you provide articles and tutorials and stuff like that. I mean, just look at Studio Binder. I mean, they have a ton of YouTube presence, and I think that helps feed people using the app. And so, like I said, I think it's a missed opportunity for Writer's Duet. So if you're watching this, guys, make a couple more YouTube videos just about screenwriting topics in general. I think you'll notice that more people will start using your app. And because right now you're just doing enough just to be ordinary. Communication, 5 reels. I just love this. I thought it was going to be really bad when I first started doing these reviews with Squibbler, where they never answered any of my questions. All these other places, they send me a response within 24 hours. Same thing with Writer's Duet. Really professional response, sent it to me right away. It was great. can't complain. And like I said, as you saw later in the review, they have a nice letter. They even linked to the resource so you can just read it. I think that's great. That's awesome. Well done, guys. So out of a possible 25 reels, Writer Duet gets 19. Really respectable score. It's a good software program. And the one thing I think it's funny, it actually made Final Draft innovate a little bit more because of how it innovated the space around collaboration. And so, well done, guys, for doing that. And it's still doing great in that particular field. That's its jam. It's got a lot of other nice features and stuff like that. I think for me, the place where it sort of falls short, again, is in the pricing model. I think I'm not a big subscription fan. When I buy software, I want to own it. That's just me. Maybe it's because I'm a boomer, but that's just what I think. And the resources. Again, I think if they put a little bit more effort to resources, just like a video every week, sort of like what I do, I think that would help so much more, or just have more timely articles, because like I said, the last article I was looking at was back in August, and I'm recording this in December. So they're doing just enough to let you know that they're still working on it, they're still there, they're still doing stuff with the program, but it's not enough to take it to the sort of the next level. So give it a try. Like I said, it's got a free version as well too, so give it a try if you like the free version, then upgrade to a pro. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. I do a lot of these product reviews. I have a playlist also about how you turn your idea into a screenplay and much, much more. If you have a particular software you want a brutally honest review about, please feel free to leave it in the comment section below. I also just put one up on my community tab about 4 different softwares I'm thinking of reviewing for my next one. If you have any questions about screenplay, or if you want to have someone who helps you for free, no obligation, I can help you for free find a screenwriting software no matter what your budget is. I have a video that I'll link in the description as well below as well too. You just have to email me a couple of different questions that I asked you. And I'm not selling you anything. I know that's scary. People ask for an email address to you, I automatically assume I'm going to sell you the Brooklyn Bridge. I'm not. I just thought it would be easier that way. So feel free to do that as well. And if you have any other questions, leave them in the comment section below. Well, until next time, live well and write well.